Hello everyone, and welcome to another Starmen Let's Play with me and Cody.
Hey everybody.
And Cody, we're going to the Bad End Theater.
Don't think I want to go in there.
Well, we're going in. It looks fun and friendly.
I ain't going in there. You can't make me.
You're coming with me, I don't care.
Fine.
Yeah, forgive me, it's hard to work with the controls. Welcome to the Bad End Theater. How do I not make you auto? There we go. Thank you. Let's check. Welcome to the Bad End Theater. On this stage, we shall be toying with fate. You will make many decisions, unlocking darker and darker paths, all in order to witness a lovely variety of tragic events.
Kind of pleasant.
But first, allow me to explain how it works. To begin the tutorial, select whichever doll you like. You are the human doll or the demon doll?
Let's go, demon.
We are demons. You control the demon doll. You are a fierce-looking guy, but just minding your own business. How will you interact with the human doll? Do we attack?
Attack it.
Yeah. You killed the human doll in cold blood. How ruthless. You found your very first bad ending. But don't worry, the story need not end here. Let's reset the stage and try again. This time, try controlling the other doll. You control the human doll. You're a friendly little guy, just minding your own business. How will you interact with the demon doll?
Might as well get revenge.
You both attack each other at once and achieve the worst possible outcome. What an excellent bad ending. Maybe made possible by your decisions. You'll do well in this theater. Now that you know how the story goes, you can set the doll's behavior in advance. As just you saw, these behaviors will automatically be set to what you choose during your last playthrough. But now you can turn each other on and off without having to replay from the doll's perspective, yes? My theater actually doubles as a puzzle game. Now, try turning the doll's behavior on and off to see the different outcomes. So, let's see. Oh, okay. He's no longer wicked. That little green dot means they're on.
Okay.
So, we'll be the demon again, but we're no longer wicked and the human doll is no longer hostile.
Okay.
You control the demon doll. You are a fierce-looking guy just minding your own business. How will you interact with the human doll? Alright, it takes a moment for it to go into the actual selection.
Yeah, I guess play nice.
Yeah, we'll play nice. You and the human doll are able to set aside your differences and become friends. End tutorial. I'm done. Do you understand how to play?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get it. This game saves your progress automatically, so just relax and collect all the bad endings at your own pace. Now, without further ado, let's start the show.
Oh.
So, we have 4 characters. We have the Overlord, the Underling, a Maiden, and the Hero.
Man, it seems like they're all locked.
Well, their personalities are locked.
Oh, okay.
We can't control how they feel yet.
Okay.
Who will we be?
Maybe the last one?
The Overlord?
Yeah. Why not?
You are the Overlord. You live in a castle surrounded by your demon servants. It's a pretty cushy life, you think. except for those pesky humans who keep killing members of your army. There's even a role called hero, whose whole purpose in life is to dethrone you. What's their deal anyway? You've actively avoided pissing off the humans in hopes that they'll leave you and your armies alone, but they never do. You're still new to the whole Overlord thing, if you're being quite honest with yourself. You don't really understand the politics of it. But you remind yourself everyone is just doing their best to fulfill their roles. You won't let them bait you into being the evil overlord they expect. You think you're pretty cool and mature to hold yourself to a higher standard like that. One of your underlings walks into the room, totally interrupting your thoughts about how awesome you are. They're saying something about how boring it is to stand in one place guarding the castle all the time, especially since no one ever comes here anyway. You see their point, but the way they're whining about it kind of bothers you. What will you do with this underling?
What do you think?
I'm going to let you pick these decisions.
Oh, God.
For the first couple rounds, and when we're stuck, I'll step in.
Maybe give them the day off.
You tell them to take a break from the stifling castle atmosphere and refresh their dark soul. A day off should be a fine once in a while. They thank you and happily scurry off to do who knows what. You have nothing better to do today, so you decide to nap a little while. Being the Overlord sure is great. You wake to a huge commotion outside. A hero has shown up and started totally murdering your soldiers. What the hell, guy? You rush out into the battlefield to confront this jerkwad. You curse at him and very rudely inquire his reasonings for doing all this. The hero yells at you, demanding you return the maiden you're holding captive. You don't know what the hell he's talking about, but you can't forgive his actions. You do battle with the hero, but he has grown strong from cutting down your army. You are unable to defeat him. With a decisive swing, he stabs and cuts you into pieces. You fall. You have failed your subjects. You spit curses weakly. You wish you'd been stronger. Maybe you were never suited to be the Overlord in the first place. The truth was, you were never that more powerful than the demons who served you. It was the title, the control that gave you strength. These are your thoughts as you swallowed by the darkness. Good job, Cody. You got us killed.
Wow.
But as you can see, we now have the Tyrant
Okay, cool.
default. Who next?
Who do you think? Like,
This is all going to be you, dude, for the while.
okay. Should we try her again?
If you want to.
Yeah, let's try her again.
Okay. You are the evil overlord in a castle surrounded by your demon serpents. It's a pretty cushy life, you think. Except for those pesky humans who keep killing members of your army. There's even a role called hero, whose whole purpose in life is to dethrone you. What's their deal anyway? You actively decided to avoid pissing off the humans in hopes that they'll leave you and your armies alone. But they never do. You're still new to this whole Overlord thing, if you're being quite honest with yourself. You don't really understand the politics of it. But you remind yourself everyone is just doing their best to fulfill their roles. You won't let them bait you into being the evil Overlord they expect. You think you're pretty cool and mature to hold yourself to the higher standard like that. One of your underlings walks into the room, totally interrupting your trains of thoughts about how awesome you are. You're saying something about how boring it is to stay in one place guarding the castle all the time, especially since no one ever comes here anyway. You see their point, but the way they're whining about it kind of bothers you. What do you do with this underling?
Tell them to get back to work this time. Go around.
That's the only choice we were actually ever given. You give them a lecture about responsibility and unquestioning obedience. Your servants ought to do what they're told, whether they like it or not. They look really unhappy with you, but you're sure they'll thank you for this later. Venturing too far from the castle tends to spell death. You dismiss the underling and lie down in your nice and comfy overlord bed. All that lecturing had made you want to take a nap.
You're just lazy.
You fall asleep pretty quickly, just another one of your amazing talents as an overlord. You're awakened by a huge commotion outside. A hero has shown up and started totally murdering your soldiers. What the hell, guy? You rush into the battlefield to confront this jerkwad. You curse at him and very lewdly inquire his reasonings for doing this. The hero yells at you, demanding you return the maiden you're holding captive. You don't know what the hell he's talking about. But you can't forgive his actions. You do battle the hero, but he's grown stronger from cutting down your army. You are unable to defeat him. With a decisive swing, he stabs and cuts you into pieces. You have failed your subjects. You spit curses weakly. You wish you could have been stronger. Maybe you were never suited to be the overlord in the first place. The truth was, you were never much more powerful than the demons you served. It was the title, the control that gave you strength. These are your thoughts as you were swallowed by the darkness. We got the same ending.
Right, cool, okay.
Whoops. My bad.
I guess endings change as you get more...
Yeah.
Okay. I guess...
So we'll not make her the default tyrant just yet.
Maybe the hero this time?
Yeah. You are the hero. You like to think of yourself as a pretty reliable and swell guy. Your life has been rather ordinary, aside from the occasional heroic adventures fighting evil monsters and whatnot. I mean, minor details. You're told a maiden from your village has been kidnapped and is likely being held captive at the nearby demon overlord's castle. Who even puts a village right next to where an entire demon army hangs out? You don't get it. You're happy to protect the townspeople, though you were born to play this role. You head off on your adventure to rescue the maiden. But demon soldiers block your path. You could kill them and gain experience.
Slaughter them.
Send them to the slaughterhouse.
Exactly.
You make quick work of these vile creatures who stood in your way. You feel much stronger now, and covered in blood. After a long trek, you make it to the castle's front gates. You are faced with an army of demons that all look very intimidating. There's no way to sneak past these monsters if you want to reach the Overlord.
Like, can you let us in?
Are you doing that?
No, cut through the air.
Yeah. You gather your courage. This is what must be done in order to rescue the maiden. These are evil demons anyway. The world is much safer with them gone. That's what you tell yourself, while you kill one after another on your way to the Overlord's chambers. The Overlord appears, demanding to know what the hell you're doing murdering all her soldiers. You get straight to the point and ask her where the maiden is. She feigns ignorance, a convincing act, but you won't be fooled. If the maiden isn't here, then what happened to her? You can see only one answer. The Overlord definitely captured her. In fact, it's possible she's already been devoured. Thinking about the poor maiden's fate fills you with hatred. You fight the Overlord with everything you've got. You've become strong from the hordes of demons you took down before this final battle. The Overlord is almost no match for you. You cut her into pieces, the Overlord has fallen. You breathe a sigh of relief, but your job is not yet finished. You search the castle. Unfortunately, you find no sign of the maiden within the walls. It's as you expected. She must have already been devoured. You feel hollow. A great evil has been banished from this world, but what does that matter if you were too weak to save someone? You stand alone in the midst of the carnage and ponder what it means to be a hero. You return to the Overlord's remains and wrap her head in your cape to bring back to the village. Surely your great victory will be celebrated. You fail as a hero. I think we have time for one more run through. But we have dutiful.
Nice. Well, since we ran through Overlord twice, maybe we should do him again.
Alright. You are the hero. You like to think of yourself as a pretty reliable and swell guy. Your life has been rather ordinary, aside from the occasional heroic adventures fighting evil monsters and whatnot.
That's not ordinary.
Hey, if you're a hero, I think that's pretty run-of-the-mill.
True.
You are told a maiden from your village has been kidnapped, and it's likely they're being held captive at the nearby Demon Overlord's castle. Who puts a village next to the entire demon army hangouts? You don't get it.
Meanwhile, the mayor's just...
I am the mayor. I'm the biggest idiot ever. You're happy to protect the townspeople, though. You're born to play this role.
And we gave you...
You head off to your adventure to rescue the maiden. But demon soldiers block your path. You could kill them and gain experience.
I guess, slaughter them.
You make quick work of the vile creatures who stood in your way. You feel much better now. After a long trek, you make your way to the castle front gates. You are faced with an army of demons that looks very intimidating. There's no way to sneak past these monsters if you want to reach the Overlord.
Ask if they'll let you in.
I'll try to diplomatic. You attempt to explain why you've come, but the monsters before you is eyeing you with suspicion. You can't help but notice the demon blood from earlier, and haven't had a chance to wash it off yet. Whoops! You have no choice but to fight the army in self-defense. Oh well, more experience points for you. You make your way to the castle, fending off all the demons that stand in your way. The Overlord appears, demanding to know what the hell you're doing, murdering all her soldiers. You get straight to the point and ask her where the maiden is. She feigns ignorance, a convincing act, but you won't be fooled. If the maiden isn't here, then what happened to her? You can only see one answer. She left. The Overlord definitely captured her. In fact, it's possible she's already been devoured. And not in the good way. Thinking with the poor maiden's fate fills you with hatred. You fight the Overlord with everything you've got. You've become strong from the hordes of demons you took down before this final battle. The Overlord is almost no match for you. You cut her to pieces. The Overlord has fallen. You breathe a sigh of relief, but your job is not yet finished. You search the castle. Unfortunately for you, you find no sign of the maiden within its walls. It's just as you suspected. She must have already been devoured. You feel hollow. A great evil has been banished from this world, but what does it matter if you're too weak to save someone? You stand alone in the midst of the carnage and ponder what it means to be a hero. You return to the Overlord's remains and wrap her head in your cape to bring back to the village. Surely your great victory will be celebrated. Well, maybe. Yeah, so you didn't get anything new from that.
Yeah.
But with that, though, we'll call the episode here, so thank you all very much for watching. Tune in next time where Cody makes more poor decisions.
Peace out.